I'd like to ask the clerk to call House Committee Substitute 1.
Mr. Clerk.
House Committee Substitute 1 to House Bill 60.
Gentleman Campbell.
Move for adoption.
Motion made, motion seconded for adoption of House Committee Substitute 1 to House Bill 60. Is there debate or discussion? Seeing none, those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Amendment is adopted. Gentleman from Campbell.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Many of us have voted on this bill several times, but here we are again for the 5th time. And I hope this is the last time that I have to present this bill before this honorable body. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. A House Bill 60 is just that, our ounce of prevention. As many of you know, my family has been affected by a person who was driving drunk. That person struck and injured my daughter 2 weeks before her high school graduation. Our daughter was not killed, but we spent many agonizing days in the hospital before we learned that she would be okay. She did not get to attend her graduation, but had to do so from a wheelchair. A small price for having our daughter alive and with us today. The physical toll that is an incident that took on my daughter and our family was great. Unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, many families aren't as lucky as we were. Lives are lost due to the selfish acts of those who choose to drink and drive after having their license suspended for that same conduct. Mr. Speaker, we can do better in Kentucky. Kentucky's laws currently provide for a suspended license for those who have been convicted of driving under the influence. It is apparent that suspending a person's license to drive is not a deterrent to that behavior. 50 to 75% of those persons whose license were suspended will continue to drive. Studies show a first-time offender has driven drunk an average of 87 times prior to being arrested. House Bill 60 provides for an ignition interlock system, a breath test device linked to the vehicle's ignition system. When a convicted drunk driver wishes to start his or her vehicle, he or she must blow into this device. The vehicle will not start unless his or her blood alcohol content is below the preset level. The use of interlock devices on both first-time and repeat offenders is shown to reduce repeat drunk driving by an average of 64%. In 2013, think about this. In 2013, just last year, 2013, 167 families, mothers, fathers, sons, and daughters lost their lives in Kentucky due to drunk drivers. In 24 states where ignition interlock devices are used, the loss of life due to drunk driving has been reduced by 40%. To Kentuckians, this bill could save 60 to 75 lives a year. That means 60 to 75 birthdays will be enjoyed. 60 to 75 anniversaries will be enjoyed by that family. House Bill 60, as amended, also provides for penalties. If you fail to comply with the ignition interlock license provision, this amendment addresses the issue of when an offender is found in violation of the terms of their ignition interlock license. With the amendment, there are two options for punitive measures. One, revocation of the offender's license for the original revocation period plus an additional 6 months, or revocation period plus an additional 6 months. House Bill 60 comes at no cost to taxpayers. For the cost of a pack of cigarettes per day, an offender is given the privilege to drive on our roads, not the right to drive. Further, House Bill 60 not only helps to save lives, but it also helps to save jobs. With an ignition interlock device, a person is still able to go to work and to be a functioning part of our community without endangering his life or the lives of others. House Bill 60 is our ounce of prevention and a win-win for Kentuckians. Mr. Speaker, I would like to yield to the gentleman from Fayette 88 for his comment. Speaker, this bill is endorsed by the Kentucky Distillers Association and the Anheuser-Busch for responsible use of alcohol. The citizens of Kentucky are asking us to help save families. So, Mr. Speaker, if there are no questions, I've moved for passage of House Bill 60 as amended by Committee Substitute